Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with Bestie Mandy.
And I'm here with my bestie Jessica. And it's July!
It is. It's time for some fireworks. If you couldn't tell by Mandy's t-shirt, it is July. Or your dress. It's a dress, isn't it?
It is a dress.
It is a dress. I unfortunately do not have one.
You look like you're ready to go pick apples in the fall.
Oh, this is my beach sweater thing. It has UV protectant in it.
This is my beach sweater, said nobody other than Jessica.
Sorry, it's the allergy in me, the sun allergy. It just can't handle.
Ooh, maybe that's what's happened to me. Maybe it really wasn't mascara and I'm allergic to the sun now.
Do you think that's contagious?
Okay, we are digressing.
Okay, so
we are losing subscribers left and right.
It's July. This is going to be our July TBR. So
yes,
let's talk about that.
Yes. Okay. Make sure you hit that subscribe button before we get started because you want to be entered to win all the free books that we give away on our channel. And we're still giving away these Color Read books when we get to 1,500. And you can follow us on Instagram for an extra entry.
All right. So we each have our 15.
Yes. But how'd you do?
Last month, I had 5.
Oh my God, my hair is driving me nuts.
Okay.
It's like making this weird bump on my forehead.
Mine does that right here all the time. You can see it. So I read 5. I didn't do as well last month, but that's okay.
You only read 5.
I did. Only read 5.
TBR. You go, girl. I am so proud of myself. I've done the best I've ever done with it. I got 10.
Good job.
I know. I was so proud of myself. But with that being said, we have to film before we get to the end of the month of June to like have the July TBR out before it's like July, which makes sense, right? But 2 books on my TBR do not come out until the last like 3 days of June. I feel like I should be able to hit. I will hit 12. Because the 2 that are coming out, I want to read like as soon as they hit Amazon.
And we've had people here. We had my son graduate. We had family here. So I didn't get to read like I normally do, but we're going camping this week and I have several books coming out. So I'm hoping to hit more off of my July TBR or June.
And I got 2 from last month taken care of.
And I
am winning TBR.
Yeah, you are. One of mine I thought was going to be a release in June, but it ended up being a release in July. So we're going to talk about today because I just moved it on over. So yeah. All right. So you ready?
Let's jump in.
Okay.
To the fun.
Do you want me to go or do you want to go?
Sure, go.
Okay. So the first one I have on my list is it's a very cruel one for me to put on my list, and I just think it's mean of me, but we're putting it on here anyway. And that is Hearts of Frost and Scars by Pam Godwin. This does not come out until the end of August. It comes out on August 26th. But I will be getting my beta copy like starting within the next week to 2 weeks. I'll be getting those. So they have to be read before the end of the month. So I will have that read by the end of this month.
You lucky duck.
Me lucky duck. So that's coming. I'm so excited.
So my TBR is going to start off like I think the first 9 books I have on my TBR are new releases. So July is going to be a good month.
Yeah, it's a hot month.
But I don't start off with my first new release until July 9th. So they're all going to be packed in together. So I'm going to be stressed trying to read all these. Not that I have to, but I want to read them when they come out. And you and I have lots of stuff happening as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Busy.
Yeah.
So my first book is Unraveling by Vi Keeland. I am a huge fan of Vi Keeland, and this is very different from what she normally writes. So I'm very excited. It comes out July 9th. This is Meredith. Meredith has been in some tragic incident has happened to Meredith. And that she shares with this guy named Gabriel, but they don't know each other. And she starts following Gabriel and realizes he kind of has his life together. And she's a little bit bothered by that, like because hers is still in shambles. And she's a psychiatrist, and he ends up coming to her as a patient, and she doesn't disclose to him like that. Like she's breaking some rules here. She doesn't disclose anything to him.
Okay.
And it says things can't get any worse, but they do. So very excited to read it. It's a thriller. I probably said that 3 times already because I'm just very excited.
Okay. Well, the next book I have, obviously, again, it's a new release. The release date is July 18th. I'm hoping to get the ARC for it to read it a little bit earlier than that, but we'll see what happens. So this is The Crystalis of Aurelia George, and it is by B.B. Reed. This is another... Are you okay?
I was trying to pull my hair back.
Okay. This is another survival type
me.
romance set in snowy conditions. So this is about Aurelia, and she has been America's sweetheart, but something has happened, and she's no longer America's sweetheart. Things have turned for her. The tide has turned, and she's kind of in some hot water or something. And her uncle wants to get her out of Hollywood and away from that. And so it sounds like he arranges a trip or something. She's on an airplane in the northern part of Canada when the plane crashes and in this big snowstorm. And so she is stranded with a few guys. This is a Y2s, a few guys in a cabin.
Add me until there.
Yep, in a cabin. I've already gotten the stuff to like promote it. I just haven't got the ARC. So I'm assuming that means I'm getting the ARC. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, stranded in a blizzard in Canada. There's more than one guy.
Okay. So my next one is probably on lots of people's TBRs. I know it won't be on yours, but it's probably on lots of people's, and it comes out July 11th. This is Play Along by Liz Tomford. This is part of the Windy City series. Book number 3. So we have A Drunken Marriage. Kennedy is the athletic trainer for the team. And this is, we're back to baseball here. And Isaiah is the shortstop, and they get drunk in Vegas and get married. But Kennedy can't have this is a big no-no. So they decide to go along with it, like that they didn't accidentally get drunkenly married. They're just going to go along with it because she can't have this tarnish her record because of a job that she's trying to get. And it's just for 1 year. But Isaiah is going to use this as the time to convince her that they should really be married. So very excited for that one.
All right. So the next one I have is sports as well. This is The Pucking Coach's Daughter by S. Massery. Do you have it on your list?
I'm so close to putting it on there and I didn't.
Oh, I know why you didn't too. This will release on the 23rd of July, the same day the audio releases as well. So this is a dark hockey Y2s. And I'm assuming somebody is the coach's daughter. So, just by that. But yeah, it's on my list. And the minute I saw it being reverse harem, I was like, and it won't be on Mandy's. So yeah.
I'm still on July 11th, and I have If You Want Me by Helena Hunting as my next book on my TBR. So I am very excited about this one because I have no idea anything about this other than what I'm going to tell you. It's age gap, it's dad's best friend, and it's hockey.
What more could you want? I mean, I want a little captive, but that's just me.
Well, maybe he takes her in the storage closet and holds her there. No, I'm kidding.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Anyways, I saw that and I'm like, don't need to know anymore.
Yep, that's it. So Mandy's amazing, and she put her releases in order of release date. I don't. So I'm going back to July 13th.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh wow, you're already at the end of the month.
I'm like, as long as they have something coming out and it's in July, I just throw it on here. But maybe I'll do better in the future. Nobody hold their breath. Okay, so this is the one that was from last month that got moved to this month. This releases, like I said, July 13th. This is Ruby Dixon's newest book in her Ice Clones series, which is the spinoff of Ice Planet Barbarians, the second spinoff of Ice Planet Barbarians. So this is Romancing Remeb, I think is how you say it. This is Tia's book. She was brought to the Ice Planet when she was a lot younger than most of the women are 24. When they're brought here, she was 16. Now she's grown up, but she doesn't feel like she belongs anywhere. And there may or may not be a new tribe that was found, and she may or may not be romancing the leader's son in this one. So I'm excited for it. I love Ruby Dixon. It's just guilty pleasure. She's just a guilty pleasure. So.
All right.
Okay.
My next one comes out July 16th. It's Catch the Sun by Jennifer Hartman. I applied for the ARC and I don't know if I'm going to get it. I never get Jennifer Hartman's ARCs. I don't understand why. It's very hurtful. But I'll still
Are you
read
going to
it.
be writing a strongly worded letter?
I might.
No.
No. I mean, ARCs, that's the author's prerogative. I will still love her books. I'm not going to hold it against her.
Yep.
But I don't understand why. Anyway, this is about Ella and Max. They like grow up like in the same neighborhood as each other, and I think they're like childhood best friends, and then something happens and Ella moves away. Ella is now back for her senior year of high school. Max is trying to help like take care of his disabled dad. He's got a lot of stuff going on, it sounds like, and then Ella suddenly shows back up. But Ella is like now the town pariah because I believe it's her brother did something horrific and is now on death row.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't have all the details for this,
Okay.
but it sounds really good.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So the next book I have is actually the ARC. I just got the ARC today. The email popped up. So I do have the ARC now. So I have to have it read. But this one is The Wolf in My Tavern. It is by L.V. Lane. It is the newest release in her Coveted Prey series. These are fantasy paranormal or paranormal fantasy. And then this is a standalone in that world. But this is, did I say it comes out on July 11th?
Yes, I think you did.
I think it did. Okay. So it is
July 11th is a hot date for books.
I'm telling you. We've had several on that day. So this is a fated mate romance with a golden retriever boy next door. And then you have a grumpy wolf shifter they're both in knots over a sweet tavern wench. So I'm here for it. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
My next one is Text Appeal by Kylie Scott. The audio is supposed to come out July 18th, but the book doesn't come out until October. I double checked everything and it's still showing the audio is releasing on July 18th. So we shall see. So this is about romance author Riley, and she moves to the seaside town and she starts getting these random texts. Some are like flirty, some are not so flirty, that sort of thing. And Connor has lived in this town and he just really wants to get the town to like let him move on from his on again, off again high school sweetheart. And so he decides that Riley might be the best way to have them see him with somebody new to kind of get them to leave him alone. So I really enjoy Kylie Scott, so I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, I saw that one and I was like, oh, I'm sure Mandy will have it on her list because I do like Kylie too. So, okay, so the next one is it's an audio release. The book is already out and I've actually had the book for a while. This was one of my birthday presents. So I've had it since January. So talk about holding on to books that we never read. This is it. So this is Pretty Monster by Sheridan. And this is a stalker romance. Did you get the copy? Because one of mine got damaged.
Yeah, I do. I'm like, I have that. And I just looked and I really do.
Yeah, the Amazon sent me a second one. I'm like, what do I do with the first one? So this is okay, again, an audio release on the 9th of July. And this is a stalker romance, but it sounds like our heroine likes the idea that she is being stalked. It says she's obsessed with her stalker. So, yeah, so I'm excited for this one to come out on audio.
That would be Jessica.
That would have been me. Yeah. Just honored that somebody liked me that much. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Okay, what do you got?
There's so many thoughts.
I'm sure you do.
My next one is Yours Truly by Daisy Jane, which comes out July 19th. This is going to be Ivy and Trace's story, so it's number 2 in Twisted Sisters. And Trace, we see him in All My Love. He's like kind of the famous tattoo artist that's coming to work at this tattoo parlor here. And he is going to be mentoring Ivy. It sounds like Ivy might be doing a little mentoring of her own in Daisy Jane style.
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always look forward to her releases.
So this next one, the book has been out for quite a long time, and I thought that the audio was, but then Audible is now telling me that it's not coming out until July 9th. So I don't know if the audio was out before and then they like revamped it, or if I'm just like totally wrong on what I think, but that is Guild by Kennedy, or Raven Kennedy. And so this is the first book in her Plated Prisoner series. It is a fantasy romance. It is a King Midas retelling. All I know is the girl is gold and the king owns her. So this is extremely popular. So we'll see how I like it. Sometimes fantasy is hard for me. But again, audio will be out on the 9th of July. So we'll see. I really want to love fantasy, but sometimes it's hard for me to get into it. So.
Okay. So my next one is Playbook by Rebecca Genshak, which comes out July 25th. So this is number 2 in the Holland Brothers. This is Brogan's story. And there's really not a lot of info out on it at the moment. So we know that it's going to be a fake dating situation. There's football and grumpy sunshine.
Okay. So the next book that I have is also another Ruby Dixon book. Crazy, right? This is the audio for When She's Fearless. It comes out again on the 9th. The 9th is a hot day for audio, apparently. So this is one of the latest release.
Whatever will you do?
I don't know. In her Rizdaverse series, it's going to be a novella. I know it's a plus size heroine. It's not very long, but I really like these. These are great little palette cleansers for me. So, yeah.
Okay. My next one is Over the Limit by Kay Bromberg. And I just got this as an ALC. But the audio already came out. So I'm not sure why the ALCs are coming late, but maybe just to help promote it. I don't know. So I'm excited to listen to it. So this is about Lachlan. He's a Formula One racer. And Blair is the event coordinator. And she's also his teammate's ex. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Okay, so the next book I have is the second in a series. I think it's a trilogy. I could be wrong. I read the first book a long time ago, and now audio is coming out for it. So I feel like I need to go back and listen to the first book because audio just came out for that one before I jump into this one, but we'll see. So this book is called Taming the Wolves. It's by Lynx Robinson. It is a Viking Omegaverse. It is a very slow burn. Yeah, it's different because the first book that I read in the series, I physically read it. And it was, there was no intimate scenes at all in the first book. So it is a very slow burn. So the audio comes out on the 16th for book 2. So I'll probably listen to the first one first, but this is just the continuation of that story. So, right. So I think that falls under fantasy.
Next in my TBR book, I have Time for Us by L.M. Halloran. So Room for Us was on my June TBR and I read it and loved it and really was excited for Celeste's story. So Celeste is Zoe's friend who 12 years ago, her husband was killed in Iraq, I think, in the war. And she was pregnant at the time. And so she has the 12-year-old son now. And she also grew up with her and Lucas and her husband the 3 of them grew up and were like childhood best friends, teenage best friends. And then when he dies, he comes home for the funeral, Lucas does, and then she never sees him again. And she's devastated because she really could have used him because he was like her best friend. And now he's back.
Okay.
So I am excited to read that one.
All right. So the next one I have is one that you've already read, but the audio comes out for this one on
I'm very excited. What is it?
On July 16th. Up Pucking Around Christmas by CRJ.
Oh.
So this is the fun holiday novella. It's going to be Christmas in July at my house, but this is the fun holiday novella that happens between books 2 and 3 in her hockey series. And I just am really excited to jump back into that world, even if it is for just a tiny novella. So
I like that one a lot.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, my next one is a really popular book, but it's been on my TBR for a while, and it has audio. And I have a farm, so I like to listen to audio while I do farm chores. So
I thought it
I'm
was going to
just
be a farm book. I'm like, there's a
no,
farm book?
no. So I'm gonna read it because it's just been on my thing for a while. So it's That Boy by Jillian Dodd. And it's football, and I think I'm setting myself up for a possible love triangle because there's Danny and Philip. They're both like her best friends. One will give her her first kiss, one will do this, one will do that type thing. But there's only one that's that boy. So
Okay.
I'm going to give it a try.
All right. So I think this next one has been on my TBR before, and I haven't gotten to it. I think it was like in January or February, probably February. But now the audio is coming out for it, so I'm gonna have to. So that is Pheromone by C.M. Stunek. So this is Why Choose Alien. I love C.M. Stunek. I've read several of her books that her series that I really enjoy. So this is a 3-book series, but the first book's coming out. So this is about Eve. She's abducted by aliens with her best friend. They were considerate enough to bring her best friend along. Okay. Now she's like,
if you ever get abducted, you better not sign me up for that shit.
I ain't going with that, Mandy. So it sounds like they crash land possibly somewhere on a different planet, and she's like in this jungle planet just trying to survive, and she's got several different kinds of alien men that are after her. So sounds like a good time to me.
Here's a book idea. Jessica gets abducted and Sis Mandy goes, and then we're like on this foreign planet, and you're like, oh my god, I'm so excited, and I'm like, oh, see.
That's exactly what would happen. You're like, why are you so happy?
Exactly.
Yeah, so that releases on July 23rd. I don't know if I said that or not, but
okay, apparently I'm in a football mood, but I'm trying to clear off my books.
Okay.
That I have had for a really long time. So Laura Pavlov, Frey, I got over a year ago when we met her at Love in Seattle. It's signed. I don't know why I haven't read it. It's been on my shelf for a long time. So it's time. So this is about Adelaide, who's like your typical good girl. Her whole life has been mapped out for her by her family. And then we have Jet, who's like the bad boy. And he is a football star. Apparently, I have a football theme going on. So why not? Like, I'm missing football just way too much right now. So I'm going to fill my July with football books. So this starts off a series that I believe is completely finished. This is the first book. So I will read that and then probably go through the whole series. I've enjoyed Laura Pavlov. So there's really no reason. Like, I haven't put it off because I didn't want to read it. I don't know why I haven't read it.
There's a lot of books out there and not a lot of time.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was it for my new releases. So the next book I have on my list is Possession by Indy Marie. So this is about Everly and Geo. And Everly is running from something. She goes on the run and she becomes homeless. And Geo, she gets put in a certain situation and gets saved by Geo, is what it sounds like. But then Geo becomes obsessed with her and will do anything to get her. So, I think it's Mafia as well. So there's that.
Okay.
Yep.
So my next book is Daddy's Angel by K.A. Knight. We had a comment about this book, and I'm like, this sounds fantastic. Wait, I think it's on my bookshelf. So I'm like, I need to pull this out and actually read it. I got this from Dark Heart Romance in like a bundle type thing for Christmas. Not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before that. I have a serious problem with book hoarding and not reading them.
It's all good.
So this is about, what is her name? I'm not sure I know her name. I don't think I know her name, but her boyfriend cheats on her. And I mean, clearly the only answer with dealing with that I have learned from romance books is you either hook up with like one of his friends or
his dad.
So she chose his dad. And there we go.
Yeah. I mean, pretty logical if you ask me.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to see your boyfriend's dad and raise you a reverse age gap. So this is.
Are we playing book poker?
Yeah, we're playing poker. Yeah, we're playing poker with books. I don't even know how that would. I don't know. Romance poker?
I think we're onto something. We're going to have to work this out.
Yeah. Okay. So this is Her Saint by Harmony West. This is, I believe this is a reverse age gap because the characters are Briar and Saint. Briar is a teacher of some kind, whether that's college or high school. I am not 100% sure because obviously I haven't read the book yet. But they keep referring to it as campus. Now, I normally say college campus and not high school campus, but it could be either or. So Saint is obsessed with her teacher and he thinks that she is his muse, and he keeps telling her that she is his muse. But he's, as I tend to like them, extremely psycho. And she goes out on a date and the date goes missing. And we all know what's going on with that. So it's dark, it's stalker, it's crazy. It's right up my alley.
All right.
Right.
Okay. So I raise you a retired football player. So this is The One I Left Behind by Piper Rain. And this is, according to the blurb, your typical boy leaves girl behind to go fulfill his dreams. And now he has fulfilled them. And so Ben is coming back home after retiring as a football player. And he takes a coaching position and is now going to be coaching her son.
Okay.
Which I'm wondering, is her son his son? Where did the son come from?
Yeah, like there's a lot of questions there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
well,
we'll find out.
All right.
When I read it.
The next one I have is also, you did a ex-boyfriend's dad. That's what I have here too.
Yes.
This is Mafia. So this is Look, Don't Touch, and it's by Drew Jordan. And it is Mafia, ex's dad, possibly kept or captive, because the back says, step 1, become the mistress of my ex's father, billionaire. So maybe it's just billionaire, not Mafia. Armani Virtue, serve up revenge. So step 2, serve up revenge on a shiny silver platter. Step 3, escape captivity. So, see how that one goes.
Okay. I messed up. I forgot one of my new releases.
Okay.
So I have for July 26th, Beautiful Beast by Neva Altai, which is going to start the Mafia Legacy series, a spinoff from Imperfectly Imperfect series. Mm-hmm. So this is the very first book. I don't even care what it's about. No. I'm reading it. Yeah. So this is like the next generation. And I think that she's put out a few teasers for it. But again, it's Neva Altai. I'm so excited to read anything she writes. So
same.
Yeah.
Love her stuff.
I can't believe I skipped over that one.
I know I did. I intentionally did not put it on my TBR because I knew it would be on yours. Yeah. I should have been paying more attention. So,
well, what happened is I started to write a book and then I looked it up and saw that it had been bumped to August. So I scribbled it out and then wrote there. So I think I just saw the scribbles and kept going.
Yeah.
I don't know. You make me nervous.
I make you nervous.
I'm just joking.
Okay, so my last book is the newest release by Kate Sewells. This is After the Shut Up Ring. This book sounds so angsty and so good. So it is about a girl who has been begging her baby daddy to actually marry her for quite a long time. They have a couple of kids. And so he finally asks her to marry him just to get her to shut up. And then when the day comes to be married, he completely embarrasses her at the altar, like by making a fart joke at the altar, and doesn't take it seriously. And then her brother's best friend jumps up out of his seat to take care of the situation. And this is the story of the aftermath of that. So it sounds like it's brother's best friend, but it also sounds pretty angsty. So
I know, I kind of want to go read it.
I know. Because I got this one out of what someone sent this to me. And I was like, oh, I remember seeing something about it being good, which is why I put it on my wish list. And then it came earlier this month and I just kind of ignored it. But then when I pulled it out to read it for this, I was like, oh, I want to read it like today. Like I want to just stop what we're doing to go read this. It sounds really good.
Me too.
Yeah. When we get done with this, I'll read you the full back so you can hear that. So
Okay.
So
my last book is Liberty Falls by Lee Jacquot.
Mm-hmm.
And this is part of her holy what?
Jacquot.
Jacquot. That's right.
We're just guessing here, folks. We're just guessing.
I feel really bad because I talk about books a lot. I really should.
I wish I knew. Yeah, exactly.
So Liberty Falls is the 4th of July themed Holly Night novella, and I really enjoy them. They're marketed to be smutty. Like they're smutty novellas for fun themed around a holiday. And what better time to read it than for, the 4th of July. So I'm going to read it on the 4th of July. It's enemies. Like these two have grown up across the street from each other and they've hated each other and they started this like bet thing back and forth, like just to kind of torment each other, basically. Like they're both willing participants, but anyways. And so now they're adults and their bets are kicking up into like seduction and stuff, and you know how all that's going to probably work out. So
good time.
Great read for the 4th of July.
Okay. All right, guys, so there you have it. There are the 30 books that we plan to read in the month of July. We'll see how that goes.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
And maybe one right after this video is done.
Yeah, exactly. It might be in our next 1 minute book recs. Okay.
All right. What is on your July TBR? I know that there are new releases that are coming that we didn't include in this. Is there one that you're looking forward to that we didn't put that in the comment? What are you going to read during the month of July? Tell us what's on your TBR so we can make sure to check those out as well, because we love getting your recommendations. And we just love to chat in the comments with you guys. So make sure you leave us a comment. Make sure to check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for new videos from us. And also hit that notification button so you know about all of our surprise video drops that we love to do.
Yes. Also, before I sign completely off, we know Gianna Darling has a release this month as well in her MC series. We're just not caught up enough in her MC series to put it on our TBR.
I have it written down and I didn't put it on this TBR because I felt like I shouldn't, because I need to read way more than you probably do. I only hit a couple books out of that series.
Yeah, I think I need to read 2 to get there. So we're aware of it.
We know. Put that on my TBR.
So if you guys aren't aware, she has one coming out this month too. So, okay. Yes. All right, guys. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Yes.